is my secret addiction. My secret addiction, Chris. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, I consider myself a man's man. If you haven't noticed, I'm a large man. I tend to take up a lot of space. People who know me know that I enjoy football. I love the Lions. I'm from Detroit. Free agency started as a big deal. I like to go out and have beers with the guys, you know, hang out in a dark bar on a Saturday night and be one of the guys. Two other manly activities. I love to have a big giant steak, medium rare. I ate the old 96er, if you remember that from that Great Outdoors movie. I ate a steak very similar to that last week. It was like this big. But I've come comfortable enough with my friends here in Toastmasters to share a secret with you guys about myself. I expect this to stay inside of this room here. I don't want this on the streets, no billboards or anything like that. But I have an addiction. It's an HGTV addiction. If you're not familiar with HGTV, it's a television network with a very high percentage of female viewers. So for a man like me, it's not the most becoming show network to love. My DVR is almost all HGTV, and it's one show in particular. It's House Hunters International. If you're not familiar with House Hunters International, it's probably the best thing that ever happened. It's great. It's the best thing that ever happened to a TV. What it is a pair of people. They could be a married couple, they could be lovers, it could be some guy and his crazy aunt, but they're going from one country to another country, and they're finding a place to live. They might be renting a place, they might be buying a place, but they're trying to find a place to live. I've turned it into my addiction through the form of a game I play, sometimes with my girlfriend who's now sick of this game, but it's my game. I try and figure out which house of the three they look at they're going to pick to live in. It's very important to me, very important. I figure there's three major indicators, much like any home buying decision or renting decision, that factor. One, it's location. And I don't believe in the location, but the number one thing is location. And if you're looking at a house internationally, do you want to be there for the long run and have a quiet suburban place where your kids can run around? No, you don't, if you listen to me. It drives me nuts when people pick a suburban location. You're traveling international, you're probably not going to live there forever. You want a location downtown, near all the cool stuff. I'm hoping most of you live near here and can relate to that. You don't want to live in the suburbs. I hate the suburbs. They're boring. Other things to consider in location: proximity to your children's school, to your work. Is it a realistic place to live, or is it just a cool place to live? I've lived downtown in River North, and it was just a cool place to live. It wasn't a realistic place to live for me. It was a little too touristy. So, number one is location. But after location, you have to look at the amenities in this house, this apartment, this home, whatever you're going to look at. Amenities change greatly throughout the world, I've learned. I had no idea. I thought everybody lived in a place like I did, until I saw House Hunters International. There's different things out there. There's bidets. What? That's just weird. There's other things. In Paris, they have 6-floor walk-ups. How bad does that suck? Oh my Lord. I lived in a 4th floor walk-up, and it was a nightmare. Walking up and down 6 flights of stairs, and you know what happens? You forget that last bag of groceries in the car every single time. And then you're walking up and down 12 flights of stairs. I'm sure you're thinking I could lose the weight and it would be good for me, but no, I don't want to lose that weight. I'm comfortable right now. Other things, the amenities. I mean, whether or not the electricity is going to be able to hold all your American gadgets because the house might not be wired that way, or whether or not there's going to be enough water pressure, or if you're a 6'8" man like myself, is that shower only 4 foot high? Because I've encountered that all over the world. It sucks. These are things you need to look into in terms of amenities. And lastly, I've learned price is very important, not in the way you think. Everybody knows price, everybody has a budget. But it turns out realtors all over the world do the exact same thing. They try and show you something way out of your budget, or maybe 3 things out of your budget. Their goal, and I'm looking for a place right now in this area, not downtown or not in the suburbs, I swear. I'm looking for a place, and they're always trying to show you something way out of your budget. So I've just lowballed my budget by $300 or $400, and it's going quite well. I'm finding places with the number of bedrooms I want, and people on House Hunters do the same thing. They get the bedrooms they want, they get the amenities they want, but they overpay or are shown things out of their budget. To me, it's all about finding the location, the price, and the amenities you need to live in a different world. And then here's the really important part. You have to pause it right before they make their final decision. And then you have to say out loud, without a doubt, which of the 3 places they looked at they're going to live in. And if you're wrong, you have to get really, really angry about it. It's not as bad as being left alone at the theater. It's actually much, much worse. Because this is your secret addiction, and you want to be right about it. Thanks, everybody.